Let's move on to something that is hopeful in the world of DC Comics, and that is this coming weekend's very ambitious, gigantic 24-hour virtual event, DC FANDOME. So fans can expect updates on everything from new video games like Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League, to their favorite Arrowverse TV shows, to the comic books, the latest on movies like Wonder Woman 1984 and Black Adam. So with this giant event encompassing so much, is there a panel or an announcement or show or movie that you are most looking forward to learning more about? Liana, let's start with you.
Wonder Woman, I want to see more trailer. They've teased us way too much. Yeah, I figured Michelle would agree with me. They've teased way too much not to. They did such a great job, in my opinion, with Birds of Prey, and I'm surprised at how much maybe the marketing wasn't as pushed as far, or I'm not even sure, but 1984 in that what they have dropped already is so intriguing, and so I'm really excited about that. And honestly, any information of what they're going to do in the future, of how, like, even if it's subtle hints of what they're going to do with, like, the toy line or anything like that. So, but mostly just Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I mean, their schedule is jam-packed, so I think hopefully everything is going to be covered. I know there is a DC Direct panel, I believe, or something talking about the collectibles. So hopefully there'll be some cool Wonder Woman 1984 gear, maybe a Steve Trevor branded fanny pack or something like that. Playing into it. But Henry, what about you? Is there a panel or announcement you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely so excited for Wonder Woman. It's been too long since the first movie came out. Any comic book news, it's good to see friends up there. And yeah, it's going to be a little interesting to see after all layoffs and kind of the controversy, but I think it's very ambitious, and it's going to be fun to see the Twitter reaction to everything, especially how everyone's going to respond to the Snyder Cut, which I'm not very excited for, but for some reason the internet is just obsessed with it.
Yeah, I'm very curious about the Snyder Cut, and I will definitely watch it when it comes to HBO Max. Good for those folks; they got what they wanted. And we've talked about this on the show before, but I do hope that it gives Zack Snyder the closure that he needs with this movie, given the unfortunate and tragic circumstances that led to his departure from the film. But Michelle, is there obviously Wonder Woman 1984, is there anything else that you are super excited to learn more about DC FANDOME?
I'm like curious about the Aquaman 2 panel, because I don't feel like we know anything about this movie. Like, who's in this movie? Like, what's happening? I was very surprised to see that on there. This is very much like DC's version of their Comic-Con announcements, since that never happened. But definitely interested in that one. There's a lot of movies on here that are just like, there's the Flash panel too. I think it was cute that they have a Suicide Squad panel that's going to be just the cast trying to answer trivia for 25 minutes about comic books. So they did try to like make things fun. It's not just like interviews, it's also like game shows. There's a panel about like the history of the Flash, which I think is pretty cool, like talking about it from the very beginning of the comic like into what it is today. So it's like educational. It's very nice. And I do like that. I did notice they were trying to be very inclusive, and even on panels where maybe the movies are pretty like white, they did try to at least have the hosts be like pretty multicultural. And I see that effort. I see you. You're trying. baby steps, huh? But here we are.
Exactly. Baby steps better than no steps. And I will say I'm excited just to see what they have in store, because if for people who don't know, putting on a virtual event is a challenging endeavor in and of itself, but trying to wrangle that many people, they have hundreds of guests coming to this. 24 hours of content is just bazoinkers. I'm also very excited to keep an eye on the Twitter feed, because that's half the fun of any event like this, is getting everyone's nuclear hot takes at the same time as ingesting the information. As for myself, I am very curious about the Black Adam movie that feels like it's been in development for exactly 100 years with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But there's also a mystery TBA panel at the Hall of Heroes, which is all of their movie stuff for the most part. And they already have panels announced for stuff like The Batman, Black Adam, The Flash, Wonder Woman 1984. Do you think this could be for another mystery DC movie? And if so, what movie do you think it might be? I'm gonna throw it out there and say it's gonna be Green Lantern Corps buddy cop movie.
Oh man, how cool would that be? Sorry, I got really excited. we need a good Green Lantern movie. Please, God, someone give it to us. Please.
Another good Green Lantern movie.
Yeah, just erase the rest.
Yeah, I'm tired of cops, so I hope the Green Lantern stays on the shelf.
Okay, well that's I mean less of a buddy cop in the general sense, less the they should be defunded sense.
Defund Green Lantern. I'm down for that. If that's what that movie is.
If they make a movie about the Green Lantern Corps getting defunded, I would lose my mind. There's no more light to be had. Your lanterns are hereby rescinded. Maybe even that the Cyborg movie that was supposed to happen way back when, but got shelved. Or just give me Oscar Isaac as Hawkman in a time traveling adventure movie. But Liana, what about you?
Oh, I was going to say anything Nightwing. I'm sure that it hasn't been talked about, right? From what I remember.
There was like some director attached.
Yeah,
I remember.
I think it was one of the guys who was behind the Lego movie, Adam something. I apologize. It's been a while since I've invoked his name. I haven't thought about it in a minute. But there was also I think there was a Batgirl movie that was supposed to happen. There have been so many reports and rumors over the years, but who can say? Regardless, we'll all find out when it drops this weekend. Make sure you stay tuned to Nerdist. We're going to keep you up to date there, and we'll be breaking down all the biggest reveals next week on Talks Back.